the FCC's chairman, Ajit Pai, thinks that he's going to be able to hand control of the internet over to a couple of internet service providers. And what he doesn't realize is that he's about to face a huge wave of grassroots resistance. So what I wanted to talk about is what happened last time the FCC chairman tried to impose so-called fast lanes, which would effectively gut net neutrality. So Tom Wheeler was appointed by President Barack Obama, and he came from the industry. He was actually a registered lobbyist for Comcast, and he then went on to become the FCC chairman. And when he proposed fast lanes, when he decided to gut net neutrality, he did not know what he was getting himself into. I mean, and it's the same thing with Ajit Pai, because when you poll the American people, 81% support net neutrality, and the other 19%, I think they probably don't support net neutrality because they don't know what it means. And there's been a lot of confusion on this issue because I think that Republicans have done an excellent job lying and obfuscating the truth. I mean, when Ajit Pai talks about how he's going to gut net neutrality, he doesn't even mention the words net neutrality. He talks about how his plan will stop the government takeover of the internet, and it will create a more free and open internet and will facilitate competition. But that's a lie. That's an outright lie. We can't even say that he's obfuscating the truth. It's a brazen lie. And this is because it will do the exact opposite of that. And Ajit Pai, he's the FCC chairman. He's not a dumb dude. He's pretty smart. So he knows what gutting net neutrality would do. And the reason why he wants to do it is because the industry loves Ajit Pai. He came from the industry. He served as legal counsel to Verizon. So here's what happened last time when the FCC chairman tried to gut net neutrality. The FCC faced extreme grassroots resistance, and there were activists that would constantly try to disrupt FCC hearings.
Net, where we can all go without any prejudice or bias, without any kind of discrimination. We don't want to see that end. We want to see the FCC do its job and regulate the internet for the people, not to regulate it for the corporations. We don't want you driving under the influence of Comcast. We want you driving the influence of the people.
My name is Margaret Flowers. I'm also with PopularResistance.org. In the 21st century, the internet is our free speech, but in this country, we're losing our rights to free speech. The internet was created with our public dollars as part of the public commons. It should never have been reclassified. We need to put it back in the public space, reclassified. This is our right.
Keep the internet free.
I'm kidding that. I signed up to join the United States Army 45 years ago. I pledged to defend and support the United States Constitution, including the First Amendment. You're trying to destroy First Amendment rights to free speech and free press. I am totally against that. That's okay. I can be arrested. Yeah, you can't bully me.
Okay, we now have...
And the commons are for all.
Now, one of the most disgusting things about that video was how, when you look at the faces of everyone who is part of the FCC who would be voting to gut net neutrality, well, you could just see how giddy they were when each protester was escorted out. Tom Wheeler himself had a huge grin on his face, along with Ajit Pai, and when you look at his Republican colleague, you could just see how happy he was. So they thought that they won. They thought that they silenced these protesters successfully by kicking them out and not allowing them to interrupt this hearing. But it wasn't over, and those protesters refused to be silenced. So do you want to know what they did next? Well, those same grassroots protesters who were escorted out when they tried to disrupt an FCC hearing showed up to FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler's house and would not let him leave to go to the FCC.
I'm sorry, but we can't let you go to work today because you work for Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T, and not for the people. And so we can't let you go there because you're selling us out on internet neutrality, and that's not okay with us. So we want to know which side you're on, Tom.
Stand up.
So wait a minute. I remember meeting you.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
Good to meet you.
Brian? Is that
Kevin.
right? Kevin.
Save the internet, Tom.
Great.
It's not good enough to be doing this hybrid crap. Reclassification
You
all
can't
the
pretend.
way.
It's not a photo op for you to pretend like you're saving the internet. We
I'm
know.
standing here. I'm saving.
Put the video on.
No, you're not.
We've been videotaping the whole time.
No, you're not saving the internet.
It's about, the people have said Tom, the people have said.
Don't
Very
let
clear what
the
they want.
internet die.
Time to reclassify. Don't let the internet die. Time to reclassify. Don't let. It's not a negotiation. The people have said. You can't ignore the people, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
You can't ignore the people.
Thanks. I
Don't
appreciate
let the
you
internet
coming
die.
by.
No,
We're
it's-
sticking around.
we're not.
You're sticking around.
We're sticking around.
So what am I supposed to do?
That's your
know.
problem. That's your problem. We don't think
you
you're
can
working
go
for us
in
right now. You're
and,
working for Comcast. It's not to save Comcast. It's not to save Comcast. Which side are you on, Tom?
I'm on your side.
Which side are you on, Tom? Which side are you on?
No, you are not.
Are you with the people, Tom, or with the telecoms? Which side are you on, Tom? Which side are you on?
Are you prepared to announce right now Title II?
Which telecom?
It's been a
Title
long
II
time.
on the
Everything's
table.
been on the
Take everything
table.
else off. Title II is the only thing people want.
Yeah, 99% of people.
Neutrality. Yeah. The process of being ignored. You had almost 4 million people telling you what to do, and you're ignoring them.
And then your office is
You're
saying
putting
that 4 million
Comcast on.
comments don't mean anything. 99% of them were for Geek said it earlier this
Which
summer.
side are you on the internet?
I'm protecting your rights. I'm working for your rights. Now, what
No,
do
you're
you
working
do
for
with
Comcast.
your-
You're working for our rights. You
That
do what we
lousy
say.
hybrid proposal that you were putting
what the people
out
have said.
was full of loopholes. That was not protecting our interests. You're being sneaky. You're trying to sneak through ways that you can please both Comcast and fool the people into thinking with your whole language of I support an open internet. But no, you don't support an open internet because you're not siding with the people.
I have long stated everything is on the table. I'm working on Title II solutions included. And
We don't want Title II solutions
and
included.
you are
we want full Title II.
you
It's
are
very
Is-
easy.
you are blocking my driveway,
People
Yes,
have
we
been
are.
clear.
prohibiting my rights.
The people have been clear,
So,
Tom, and you're
do I
ignoring
have a
them.
right? So I just want to know.
Well, do we have rights? Do we have right to
This is not
You
oligarchy.
know, it's civil disobedience. It is a violation of your technical right because for the greater good.
The internet die.
Time to reclassify. Don't let the internet die. Time to reclassify. Don't let the internet die.
I
Time
agree.
to
This is an important
reclassify.
issue.
Don't.
This is an important issue. And
This is a critical issue.
Communications be something that is available to everyone, so we don't
So do
have
I.
to do this kind of thing.
So do I.
You know, in a technologically
Can I-
sophisticated society, we shouldn't have to
I
even be
agree.
protesting in this,
I
you know,
agree.
undignified
We're tired of
manner.
oligarchy.
Can I
We're
get
tired
out-
of
can I get
99%
out of
say
my driveway now?
reclassify.
Can I get out?
99% say reclassify,
I
and you
think
say
you've all
you
made
say
your
hybrid.
point. Can I get out of my driveway
You say
now?
a hybrid. We say
I-
reclassify.
It would be nice, like, if you just said
Can I
that
get out of
of
my
all the
driveway?
things on your table, okay,
Okay.
you preferred what the people preferred, which was reclassification.
So guys, you're violating my rights.
It's the
I'd
only
like to-
moral
I'd like
choice we
Standing
have.
up for
I
our
would
rights.
It's
like
the
to
only
back
moral
out. I
choice
would
we
like to back
It's the
out.
only moral
Is that
choice
okay?
we have.
We
It's
are
the only
standing
moral
up for
choice
our
we
rights
have.
right now.
Can I
because
back
we've
out?
tried the
We've
other
tried
tools of
every other
democracy
method of
and they're
getting
not
through to you.
working. You're not listening.
We're not
so
listening.
we had to bring it
That's
closer
right.
And this
to
is
home
just the
for you.
beginning. We're going to escalate this. So just get ready
This week
until you
has
come
been
out
a very interesting
reclassification.
week for you.
It's going to get stronger.
It just goes away once you reclassify.
That's
It's
all
just
required.
it's just gone. You don't even need to
Just
worry about
representing
it.
4 million people.
This
That's
is a
all.
simple matter of making threats then.
This is a simple matter of you listening to the people.
going- we're
Listen
going-
to
The people,
Listen
you
to the people, Tom, not Comcast.
He just said.
Listen to the people, Tom, not
He just said, we're
Comcast.
going to-
that's a natural
Which side are you on, Tom?
that's a natural
Are you with the
process.
people or with the telecom?
Yes.
that you're gonna.
It's not a threat. We're not gonna
We just want you to listen to the people.
we're
Tom.
non-violent, but we're serious
Listen to the
about
people.
this.
So,
Listen to the people, Tom.
Which
That's
side
all
are
it
you
comes
on?
down to.
thanks a lot,
We're
guys.
done with oligarchy.
So in that video, Tom Wheeler didn't have that big dumb smirk on his face now, did he? He realized that you don't just get to hand over control of the internet to a couple of large internet service providers and think you're going to get away with it. That's not what's going to happen. And what Ajit Pai needs to understand right now is that he just declared war on the internet, and hell hath no fury like the internet scorned, and he is about to feel grassroots pressure on a level that he never thought was possible. And I'll be honest, there is a chance that we might not win again like we did in 2015. And this is because, you had President Obama kind of make a more tepid endorsement of the idea of net neutrality, which signaled to Tom Wheeler that he needs to actually stop whatever plans he has to implement so-called fast lanes. We know that Donald Trump is against net neutrality, and this is contingent on the fact that he has no clue what net neutrality is. He's indicated this on numerous occasions, so we might not actually win this battle. We could lose. However, we're not going down easily, and that's what Ajit Pai wants. He wants us to be demoralized, and he wants us to go down easily. That is not going to happen, and if you want to stop Ajit Pai from carrying out his pro-corporatist agenda, it's in your hands. Yes, you, the person watching this video, you have control. We are in for the battle of our lives, because if we lose the internet, just like we lost television, when only a couple of corporations now own control of the 3 main news outlets, we'll have no access to non-biased, non-corporate information. So the internet is crucial not just for us getting information, but it's crucial for democracy now. It's been integral to democracy. So there's no way we can let the internet be destroyed by Ajit Pai. So here's what we do. We fight back. Call the FCC at 1-888-225-5322 and then press 1, then 4, then 2, and then 0, and also send Ajit Pai an email. His address is ajit.pai@fcc.gov, and you can also file an official consumer complaint and also write a letter to the Federal Communications Commission. Their address is 445 12th Street Southwest, Washington, D.C., zip code 20554. And the important thing to keep in mind is that you can't just do these things once and then wash your hands of the situation. If we really want to have an impact and influence Ajit Pai to back off, we've got to apply repeated pressure, a consistent level of grassroots resistance that lets him know we will not back down and we will never back down. So this is now up to us. We can't just rely on, our representatives and senators to do this for us. This is our fight. This is our fight because nobody's going to defend our right to a free and open internet like we can. And it's time that we fight back because this is not acceptable and it won't stand. Ajit Pai's pro-corporate agenda would serve nobody but Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, and Charter. And if you're not one of those 4 corporations, then this will hurt you. So you've got to get on board, and you can't just do these things alone. You have to share this with your friends, with your family. You have to let people know what's at stake here. This is the internet. If net neutrality is gone, the internet is effectively ruined. It's killed. So again, the internet now is free and open, and if net neutrality goes away, it's in the hands of large internet service providers who can throttle, who can censor, who can kill off competition whenever they want to. So this cannot stand, and it's up to us. We can do this. It's going to be difficult. We might lose, but we're certainly going to give it our best shot.
Support this podcast by joining the independent progressive media revolution today at humanistreport.com.